All right, y'all, happy Independence Day. I'm going to go big meats this year because if I'm going to feed family, friends, and even a couple neighbors, I'm going brisket and pork butt. So I've got a 19-pound brisket and an 11-pound bone-in pork butt. I'm going to pull out the Meter Pro Duo for this cook because both of these proteins will go through the night and they're both low and slow. So I'm going to go probe number 1 with the brisket. Probe number 2 will be the pork butt. We'll get this all dialed in through the Meter app, which I'll show you here in a sec. But 225 degrees on the Traeger, and these will run that same temp through the night. So you can see here, got it set up in the app. I've got the alarm to go off at 180 because that's when I'm gonna wrap these bad boys after I've developed enough bark. This is just a shot at 2 a.m. Checking on the bark, just checking on the proteins in general. They're looking great. Now I can close the lid and go back to bed. The next day, as you can see here through the app, I'm about ready to wrap these bad boys. So you're always looking for the bark. Like that brisket is barked up. So we are definitely ready to wrap this. I'm gonna put it in an aluminum pan, about 2 cups of beef broth. Then I'll render down the fat that I trimmed off the brisket, and then that's the beef tallow. I like to put at least a cup of that in the pan with it. Put that back on, and then the pork butt, very simple. I'll spritz during the cook with cherry Dr. Pepper. Then I'll add cherry Dr. Pepper to the wrap. So get these closed up nice and tight. So the Traeger went from 225 during the smoke, 275 during the wrap, and then a probe tender, which is what you'll see here. After an hour rest, that's what you get. Probe tender, looking good. I'll pour a little bit more tallow on top. All that's doing is adding a really nice beefy flavor. So you can see here, this brisket is flawless. Look at the bin test. That's what you get when you track your internal temps perfectly. And obviously getting the proper rest, but yeah, so we got the brisket all dialed in. Now we want to pull the pork butt. You know your pork is, little misfire there, nice and juicy, but you know your pork is dialed in when that bone will pull right out. That's when you know it's done. If the meat gets hung up a little bit, it's still done, but this is what you want to see, a clean bone pull. And that's it. All that's left to do is send it down the hatch. Happy 4th, y'all. Let's go.